And this is Rick Mason, the executive producer and host for the all-new WLOVCW and My Mississippi. Join us each and every Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m. and Sunday nights at 10 p.m., where we'll give you informative news and so many great things to offer you here in the Golden Triangle area and beyond. Check us out. We're on in 4 states, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com. Give us a call, 662-386-6064. It's the television talk show, Issues. Good afternoon, good morning. We're all over the world here with Issues Television Talk Show. We got a great sit down. My classmates, my childhood friends. I'm all over the grounds of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm your host and executive producer, Dr. Reginald Taylor, a.k.a. Rick Mason. And we're here with the Jackson Public School System, and we're talking to Miss Dionne Jones-Woody. And we also have Mr. Shorewee Johnson here, who deals with the communications. She's the assistant superintendent here on the grounds of Jackson, Mississippi. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank
you so much for having y'all, man. It's a blessing. It's a pleasure to be able to revamp with my childhood friends.
Absolutely.
And this is history in the making. Miss Dionne, talk to us about your position that you hold here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Yes.
I am so excited and so elated to be here. My childhood friend.
Yes.
It's still my friend.
Yes.
Dr. Rick Mason.
We'll go with that. Yes.
So actually, I am the elementary assistant superintendent of schools at Jackson Public Schools. I am over 11 schools as under my purview. I oversee everything from the first, of course, is academics that I oversee, operations, the logistics, just a whole realm of schools.
School is in the whole.
As a whole. And I do enjoy what I do. I first started out here working in Jackson Public Schools once I graduated from Jackson State University in 1994. And then I left for a little while. Well, my first teaching job was here in Jackson. Then I left and moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
And moved to Montgomery, Alabama, and then came back almost 20 years ago.
So your genre of traveling and educating is not just here in Jackson. In other words, you have a plethora of backgrounds that you have been involved with.
That's correct. But my main thing is here in Jackson. Jackson is home for me.
Jackson is home for you.
I was a reading specialist in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as a teacher. Then I moved on to Montgomery, Alabama, and in Montgomery, Alabama, I was assistant principal there. And then when I came back to Jackson, I was assistant principal, then principal of 2 elementary schools, where I moved those schools from low performing schools to high performing schools, high schools.
And you got receipts too, right?
I got receipts. I got receipts.
That's good. That's good. That's great.
As well as then 6 years ago, I became the assistant superintendent, appointed as the assistant superintendent of schools. So just basically sharing my knowledge and my wealth of what I know to expand it out to other principals and other people that's in the district to bring our district to an A rating.
Now,
Hopefully to A rating.
Wow. So through your journey of educating kids and having compassion moments with kids, what are some of the most difficult obstacles that you had to face over your years of teaching or educating?
So one is, I wouldn't say they were obstacles. I would just say they were area of concern.
Okay.
Which pretty much means the same thing. I would say that one of the things would be that making sure that our students are on grade level. And that's an obstacle. And meaning that our parents send us the best of the past. And so we want to make sure I don't dwell on where they may have come from, where they may live, because all children were born with a brain.
Correct.
So with that being said, they're all teachable. Everybody may not learn on the same level or learn as quickly. So I would say that that's been one of my biggest challenges, is to make sure that students are where they need to be in order to be successful, in order to be able to, I guess I would say, be able to, make sure they're able to compete with, surrounding school districts, around our surroundings, and able that they'll be able to, if you're third grade, because we have to take a third grade test.
Yes, now that's the new thing.
Now I want to make sure that all of our students are able to pass the third grade test. So that's one of my biggest challenges, is making sure that students are actually on grade level.
So how important do you think nutrition is for kids when they're coming to school, maybe hungry, maybe having an attitude, or may be the only meal that they will get? Do you experience some of that? Do you see any of that taking place throughout your journey? Because eating is very important,
Yeah.
starting out with the kids, sending them to school.
Absolutely.
Because some homes don't even have anything to eat sometimes.
You're exactly right. One thing about me that people know, I make sure that I nourish the whole entire child.
Okay.
So with that being said, that I want to make sure that every child have a meal.
Uh-huh.
And so here in Jackson Public Schools, we give our students 3 meals, or 2 meals and a snack a day. And that's federally funded through the federal government that not one student has to pay for food. They have opportunity to have a full breakfast, full lunch, and we have a snack program too as well. So that does help with the child being able to learn, because even for us as adults, if I don't have that either, I'm hungry too as well.
Right,
I start having my attitude too.
Yes,
so our children do too as well, regardless of what time the students come into the building. Of course, we have times that we have to serve breakfast and we serve lunch, but we know that there's a child that's coming in. It's not the child's fault. Before that child goes down to the class, we're going to ask them, do they want breakfast? We're going to ask them if they're leaving, have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment. And before they leave, if lunch is already ready, we're going to ask them, we'll allow them to take their lunches with them.
That's
so they can have the food. Because like you said, that may be the only meal that they have.
Yes.
We also have in some of our schools, we have a store, it's through the Food Network. And the Food Network is where students are able to go and shop for food inside the schools. It's through our partners in ed, through Sherwin's office.
Okay.
He has someone that manages that is a community partner, and where students can go in. It's normally on the weekend where they can go in and shop for food.
This is something different because we don't have this in the Golden Triangle area, or if we have it, it's unknown. That is.
Right.
I want to get information to take that back to the
It's
Columbus
It's the Mississippi Food Network. Like I said, Sherwin's office is our public relations. It does a wonderful job. I mean, his preview, that's part of our partners in education as a resource that we utilize in order for students to have meals. It may not be a meal that they want. It may not be, of course, it's not a
top, but it will fill their stomach.
It may be noodles, it may be powdered milk or something like that, nabs or something like that. So
but that still is great. That's great.
Yes.
And speaking of you, Mr. Johnson, overseeing, can you give us a little background on what you do here and your title as well?
First of all, let me congratulate you. I think this is a full circle moment. Growing up together, starting out in elementary school.
Yes.
I think this is something for the young people to see. That there are so many challenges out there, and to be in this space is an honor and a privilege.
Yes.
And I just wanted to pause and acknowledge that.
I thank you for that, my brother.
Absolutely. So my title is Executive Director of Public Engagement. I'm primarily responsible for all of the internal and external communications within the Jackson Public School District. That involves basically, my primary job is to paint a narrative that reflects positively on our school district. We are a urban school district. We have 100% of our kids.
African American, if you don't know what urban means. Black. Yes, go ahead.
100% of our children eat free lunches. Okay, and so there are some challenges that come.
That goes back to put a picket point right there. That goes back to tell you how important voting is and who to vote for and how to vote for. Carry on.
Absolutely, and so part of my responsibility is to tell our story. Spotlight the positive things that are going on within our school district. There's so much going on around us with violence and things of that nature, but our kids still find a way to succeed. They still find a way to perform at a high level. And so my primary responsibility is to find those stories and to share them with the community. Ms. Woody touched on some of the departments that I manage. Partners in Education plays a huge role in that. With that, in that department, we manage over 100 businesses that adopt our schools.
Wow.
Because we can't do it without that support. They provide resources where many of our, some of our teachers and students and parents may fall short on. We have, we even have, sometimes kids might become soiled while in the classroom. So we have a space where we can wash their clothes. We have a uniform closet where we provide students with uniforms because we require them, but some families might not be able to afford them.
This is something different. Seriously, I know for a fact our area schools in the Golden Triangle is not offering this? If they are, someone needs to know about it. But carry on. It's interesting.
Absolutely. It falls up under our strategic plan that under our leadership of our superintendent.
So have this always taken place here in the Jackson School District? Everything that you guys are talking about?
So to be honest with you, we have an awesome, outstanding superintendent. Superintendent Dr. Eric Green has challenged us to
come up with creative things or something that's going to make us.
You know that we know that our main goal is to educate students, but also in order, like you said, in order to educate the child, you got to educate the whole entire child.
Absolutely.
We are counselors, we are teachers, we are providers. We do whatever we can to make sure we treat the children just like they are our own biological students, our own biological kids. So
this is mind blowing, seriously, to me.
Yeah, so
to be able to see the works that you guys are doing or telling me what you're doing.
So we have a lot of wraparound services like Mr. Johnson said, that's in the school. And so in the school district, not just in my area that I supervise, but the entire school district too as well, where we have grants too, where in his department, not actually white grants, but his department, that person that works for him, by the name of Theo Faultley, he's our partner with education. So we have like a junior league, an extra organization, 100 Black Men.
So on this journey here, especially in your position, I know superintendent, you deal more on the educational level, but when you went to talking about clothing and different things of that nature, does that cause you to bond with those children when you see what they're going through or their needs? How does that sit with you?
Absolutely. We have, it's not uncommon for teachers to come out of their own pockets to support our kids. Mm-hmm. But we realize that is a financial strain on our educators. Mm-hmm. And so their focus needs to be on teaching and educating. But it's hard,
yes.
You know, so
putting the pen to the paper or
right.
To the paper.
So
yes.
We have to identify the needs and talk to these organizations to make them understand, yes, I understand that you have this, but this is what we need in order to excel. And so that plays a lot in, and we have to talk to our people and find out what their needs are, and that's one of the things that we do on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
And we also have a strategic plan too, like Mr. Johnson said, where it's power, possibilities of the people, or we're believing that our children can do, regardless of, like I said, where they come from, who they are. We also have 6 core values of the whole entire district that we all follow, to make sure that we follow along building relationships, relevance, equity. What may be your need may not be my need.
Correct.
We have excellence. We also have the other one is relevance. Relevance too as well. Equity. I think I mentioned that. Relationships. Positive, respectful culture. We're going to respect you. You respect me. We're going to respect the children. They respect us. So we build on that in order to have a successful academics. We just can't come in where, okay, this is academics. This is this. You got to build relationships.
Make steps.
Make steps with
So what kind of response do you guys get when it comes to PTO time, parent teaching? You know, we have PTO meetings. You remember when we were kids. Yeah. You have to go talk to the teacher, this, that, and other. You won't let your mom get the letter because you already cut up earlier that day in school, and you got to see the teacher. So, do you get good response from the actual parents in the area?
We do, but there's also some challenges sometimes.
Yes.
And with those challenges now, since COVID, it's been virtual. So when parents can't come, we also have teachers and principals are doing virtual. Communication with them, trying to find ways where we can. It's not always where a parent can come to school because they do work weekends. So
correct.
They work at night.
Right.
So we'll
do you guys make it accessible for each of them. Yes.
You have
to meet the parents where they are. Regardless of, because everybody
it goes back to
equity.
And then it goes back to Lean on Me. You remember that movie, Crazy Joe? When the teacher had actually, and the principal went to the home, and she was living in poverty. She was crying. You didn't know why she was doing this. She ended up pregnant. It's called life, and we're looking at it now. We'll be back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks for the television talk show Issues. Email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com. Or either give us a call 662-386-6064 if you have an issue. We'll be back in just a moment for the television talk show Issues. GTA, it's homecoming weekend in Columbus, Mississippi, and it's time for the award-winning 7th Avenue Heritage Festival, October 4th, going through October 5th, on the corner of 7th Avenue and 15th Street North. Friday, the festival kicks off with a Friday night fish fry, featuring I'll Pay the Shipping Costs, Mr. Ronnie Bell, also the hottest band in the land, Two-Piece and a Biscuit, band and show, DJ Cool Cat on crowd control. Saturday's going to be one of the biggest block parties ever. It all begins with some of the best Southern soul music, featuring Dick James the Artist and I Am Real, Trey Williams, Vic Allen, Magic One, Lamaris Williams, D-South on the ones and twos all day. Hosted by none other than yours truly, the king of the city, the legend, Rick Don't Go Mason.
Please, Rick Don't Go.
Tight security will be provided. No coolers. For more information and vendor space, call Kabir Kareem at 662-400-0873. Sponsored by Carter's Funeral Services, Helen's Kitchen and Catering, Mission Distributing, Clark's, WCBI, Columbus Parks and Recs, Columbus Visitor Bureau, Sparklight, Signature Sound, Aluminum Dynamics, Tito's Vodka, and Mix 106.1. And we're back for the television talk show Issues here in Jackson, Mississippi, sitting with two of my childhood friends, Mr. Sherwin Johnson and Miss Dion Jones Woody. And man, I tell you, life is so beautiful. Right. And it doesn't get any better than this. You said what you said earlier about this particular circle as we have come to where we are today. Mm-hmm. And shouts out to Miss Denise Jones. Yes. What's her last name? Gregory. Yes. Round of applause to her. Her new position at Jackson State. She would have been at the round table too with us today, but unfortunately she had some other things going on. But we will be sure to have her on the show. Yes. And her position is what at Jackson State University?
Provost, Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Wow.
At Jackson State University.
And my son Orion, he went there. Exactly he graduated. He was the Justice President or something at the time. Yeah. But shouts out to him too as well, and all of those. And State Representative Kabir Kareem, he went to. Just so many others from the Golden Triangle area, the Jackson State University. Yes. And I was watching and reading some of your literature, War on Writing. Don't let, 12 or 2 points?
12 points.
12 points. Don't leave it on the table.
That's correct.
And what do you mean by that?
So war on writing, so of course, our academics, our students have to take statewide, have to take state tests. I'm sure you've heard of the Mississippi assessment test where everybody takes the test statewide. So there's a component of the test where students have to write. They have to actually write from a prompt. And from that prompt, they can gain up to 12 points. So that's 12 points towards their average.
Wow, that they can earn today. That's the extra push. You give them every outlet to actually help them if they're going to be short. Instead of how we used to do, Mr. Young, he used to give us, I know I had an F and he gave me an E. Shouts out and bring them donuts on Friday. So those are memories at elementary school. So how often do you...
I want to speak on that. Writing is so important because we're in a digital world.
Now, yes. It's a lazy thing. It make you lazy.
Absolutely.
And now kids don't even write in, they don't have to learn how to write in cursive anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want, the point I wanted to make. It is so important that you're able to write. Because in a career, you have to write reports, you have to write emails, you have to present, and you can't do that based on the language you do in text messaging.
And a lot of people text how they talk. If you notice,
that's the point.
There's so much slang is in there now. Texting it, man, it's a whole nother bilingual. So I've created something along with Miss Dorian Johnson, Reverend Dorian Johnson from the Greater Mount Zion. Not speaking on him, but his wife, Miss Johnson, who works with the Columbus Municipal School System. We're about to start something called dealing with issues with kids. What are they dealing with? And we're going to get them to write essays to be able to talk about what are they dealing with. And whoever has the best essay, we might give them a treat, money, or whatever the case may be. But that's going to be a push to be able to get something out of them that they're dealing with, but be awarded at the same time.
Absolutely.
And how often do you try to utilize your kids on the community?
It's funny, $1 million broadcasting facility
that
would give our kids at the high school
or early age of communication, journalism.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Journalism, professional journalism in high school.
Yeah.
For our 11th and 12th grade scholars. So that is going to be remarkable.
That's a plus.
But yes, we use our television station. In fact, we have live streaming going on in our football games on Friday night where we have scholars to come in and assist us with that. We have a a social media platform where
that
on our
is major now.
our Instagram page is called Student Voices, where the students get to choose the topics and conduct themselves like you're doing, and ask questions and report on things that are going on in their communities and what's important to them.
Yes.
And so we recognize that as a tool to engage with our scholars. We're going to be 18 very soon.
Right, correct.
So they're going, so we're encouraging them to register.
Wow.
And so, and that's also a part of our strategic plan as a profile of a JPS graduate. We want them to be civically minded and engaged in our community.
And they'll already be stamped and labeled once you release them. And I think if you can drive at 15 and 16, you should be able to vote at 15.
You're going to say it loud.
If you can drive at 15 and 16, why can't you?
About that.
State representative make a law on that. Yeah, so because every vote counts. And a lot of people don't think, but of course it goes to the delegates. They make the decisions. And speaking of that, Kabir was one of the delegates. Shaq Taylor and Scott Cologne, DA. I mean, this is a beautiful, man, it gets no better.
I'd also like to take a moment to commend Kabir on his work for trying to get convicted felons the opportunity to vote. That's very important.
Well, he made a law or made a situation in Columbus, working for any city department, you can be a felon and still receive a job. So that was beautiful. He made a stand when he was a councilman, city councilman. So that's beautiful works, and everybody deserved their flowers while the
a lot of good people come out of Columbus.
Man, we can go on and on and on and on, man. I tell you, and especially just from our class era as a whole. I mean,
that's right.
So man, this is beautiful. More to come. Issue Television Talk Show. Again, we're here on the grounds of Jackson, Mississippi, and we're here at the Jackson Public School system here at the superintendent's office, sitting with two of my childhood friends, Miss Deion Jones-Woody's and Sherwin Johnson, aka Stud. Y'all don't know that. That's what we used to call. That's what we called it back in the day. But we just got more great works to be on the way. Again, it's been a great sit down. Glad you guys could squeeze me in when you told me I got meetings all day. I don't care. I just need 15. I told I need 15, 20 minutes. Give me that tops.
I made it for you.
You made it happen. I thought I was the man to make it.
Absolutely.
Commend you for all the great work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
In Columbus, making sure you are there to support the children. Even though we're not there, we see what you're doing.
And my biggest deal is what I try to do, because I travel all over the world. I do movies, plays, this, that, and other. But I try to bring information that I learn in different areas back to our city. I'll go to the training area. Everybody's not going to like what you do. And that's okay. And everybody's not going to be happy for you. And that's okay. But you just keep striving and pushing till you get to where you need to be.
So I commend you.
Thank you so much.
I do as well. Because I know
man.
Your heart is in the right place. And you are out there in the community trying to tell the
full story. Yeah, because the news, again, this just gives a snippet because you don't have a certain amount of time. But I'm trying to get the full story. That's with people being shot, raped, killed, peer pressure, violence, bad restaurants, whatever the case may be. Slum lords. I mean, we deal with it all. We don't sugarcoat it. We give you the full story. Just like being able to sit down with the district attorney to talk to him, because I do public relations work for them as well, to be able to sit down and give his part in the outlet, because everybody, the DA said, I can't make everybody happy, which is true.
That's true.
But he has an open door policy where you can come sit down and speak with him on any matter or any situation. That don't happen every day. That the DA is going to give you an opportunity to come sit in this office because you got to disagree.
That's right.
So again, man, more to come. Check us out each and every Saturday morning on the all-new WLOV-CW 5:30 a.m. Set your DVR. Sunday nights at 10 p.m. on My Mississippi. Again, email us at Issues Television Talk Show or either Issues Talk Show @gmail.com. Either way, you can catch us. Follow us. We'll follow you back. Instagram, Twitter. We're all over the place. 4 states: Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Plus, we got more to come. 7th Avenue Heritage Festival, October the 4th and 5th. Biggest free block party. Top 20. Yes, sir. Top 20 events. Again, shouts out to the committee and Kabir on that as well. West Love is on her way, coming to Mudlock, Outcountry, Starkville. Travis Outlaw, former NBA basketball player, I'll be there with West Love PC Band and Bree Wooten. Also coming up September the 21st, Urban Mystic in Columbus with the class of 1990. Noxubee County, I'll be doing that actual event there as well. Plus Vicky Winans, we have her in Tupelo with the Mississippi Trailblazers September the 21st as well, James. Yeah, so we're moving right along. Ada's that night. Then Sunday I have to be in Atlanta. I'm in a new movie called Broadway, dealing from the 1996 up into the now era. Out of Detroit, the actual movie was shot there, but the rest will be shot in Atlanta. Shouts out to Man Robinson Studios as well. But I'll be playing the bank manager in this particular movie. So, and the movie I'm in is Justice on Trial. I play the pastor. I'm a pastor in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to wear those hats to be able to fit.
Congratulations to you too on the doctoral.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that's for community efforts as well. And everybody said, "Where's the honorary doc?" Well, you the one had to do 12 years. I didn't to receive a doctor in front of my name. You know, so people try to find so many niches and negatives and not look at the big picture. But we want you on board. Come on, whatever you got to talk about, whatever you want to do. We just got more to come. Be in our production as well. Westlaw on our way back November the 30th, along with LJ Eccles on that particular show. Jeff Floyd and I'll be hosting that event too as well. Plus coming up in December the 7th, Kevin Richardson Charter Convention Center for his big birthday bash. That's going to be pretty interesting as well. We just got so many great things on the way with Issues Television Talk Show. Check me out inside the Richie Smiley Morning Show each and every morning for the hottest 2 minutes in radio at 9:30ish a.m. And check us out with informative news, HBCU updates, sports, dealing with the mayor, city councilman, police chief, whatever you want. It's the hottest 2 minutes, and we're giving it to you. The event corner on Saturdays with Love Bone. Check me out inside Love Bone Show, where we give the event corner, let you know what's going on in and around the Golden Triangle. Robert Young Precision Tunes behind Applebee's, not the side. 2-in-1 connection. And more to come, man. I got to get on out there. 662-386-6064. Any final remarks that y'all would like to leave with the world?
No, just thank you for having us on the show this morning. And I love Columbus, Mississippi. We see city. We love Columbus. GTA. So keep up the good work.
GTA all the way.
All the way.
All right, you, Mr. Show.
Again, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for all the work that you do. Big shout out to Columbus. You all are in our hearts, and we'll see City grown and see City till we die.
That's what's up. And then you know, homecoming is coming up too. They reached out about the 1990 class year. I don't think I ever made one of the reunions. I'm gonna try to make one of them one year. You know? But more to come, man. With Issues Television Talk Show. Can I get you two to look at that camera and say issues? Can I get you looking at that camera and say the morning kickback?
The morning kickback.
We'll be back with more episodes from Issues Television Talk Show on the grounds here in Jackson, Mississippi, the capital of Mississippi. More to come with Issues Television Talk Show.